Hi everyone, back again for another stream of Xenoblade Chronicles X. The last stream I did, I actually ended up deleting the save file for it since there are quite a few issues with the recording. So thought we would go ahead and restart the entire stream since I was only about 2 hours into the whole thing. Yeah, let's get into it. I will lower the brightness just a little bit here. That looks good. That's fine. Adam and Eve, I'm guessing. Xenoblade Chronicles X. I am playing this on an actual Wii U.
July 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed, its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The Coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth-Life Colonization Project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth. Bravely, we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years. But most of the arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us. Literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived. Our ship took heavy damage. we lost control. With our flight systems down, the white whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet, its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface. Since then, 2 months have passed.
That is pretty cool looking. Alright, character creation. Again, I'll keep it the same as I did in my first original playthrough a few years ago. Size. Let's make her pretty tall. That's pretty good, I feel like. That one's fine, I feel like. No freckles. I will, we'll leave the cheeks alone. No scars, no moles. Alright, for hair. Yeah, I like this one. I like blue on the top. Guess that was blue back there. It looks more purple. Yeah, that looks good. And for tips, we'll do a dark green color. That's fine. I still like these the most. Color 1. I like the purple. Maybe not like a super dark, but like that one looks pretty good to me. Color 2. This is like the highlight in the top area. Wow. Like the aquamarine one is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, we'll stick with that one. I guess we'll give her some eyeshadow. Yeah, something that's a little subtle, I guess. That's fine. No face paint.
Now. I've lost my balance. Shall we then? Let's get on with it.
Yeah, we'll go with the classic one here. And we'll finalize. Login ID Elma.
Attention, external access confirmed. Disengaging stasis in 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing hatch. Please stand clear.
Hey there. Looks like you're all in one piece. Careful. Just take it nice and slow, okay? Your senses will need time to reactivate. Your pod is the only one around that landed intact. Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours?
I think I will.
You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, all right?
All right. See here. All right, we'll go with the same name I gave my character in my original playthrough.
Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move?
I'll nod my head.
We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first, you'll be needing a weapon. There you go. All right, let's get going.
Prologue, Awakening. Alma's advice. Take a moment to check the minimap. If you're ever stumped, following the yellow arrow should reveal the way forward. Though an occasional excursion off the beaten path never hurts, you know what they say about all work and play after all, or all work and no play after all. I don't know what they say. First region, Primordia. And first landmark, Starfall Basin. I know I said it previously, but this game looks so good for a Wii U game. I guess it's easily the most impressive game on that platform. While we're at it, I don't want these controls showing up on the HUD. Everything else should be okay, though. Yeah, and I definitely do want subtitles. So yeah, with the first stream that I did, I had a lot of frame drops in OBS, and I also wasn't able to save the footage onto Twitch, so I just messed around with some of the settings in OBS. I upgraded the internet that I currently have for a higher upload rate, And this time I've changed the settings in Twitch so that hopefully it'll save there. Either way, I've got this recording as well, so I'll at least have some footage if all else fails. Alright, let's go forward.
Most of the white whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one. You're one of the lucky few. Right. You don't even remember the white whale, do you?
No.
You know, the L-002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right? Planet Earth. Your homeworld. Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces. And destroyed. Ring any bells? Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget. I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves. You up to the task?
You know it.
Here they come. Assault hammer! We've got the first strike! Take it in close!
My turn!
Flame grenade!
The combat in this game is really weird,
Move in and do
and it
some
takes a
damage.
while to get used to it. I know it took me a long time in my original playthrough.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Alright, Novice Crusher.
You're not half bad. There's plenty of work back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon, you know.
Yeah, I'm scowling at the idea of working.
Hey, I'm not trying to pressure you into anything, alright? It'll be your decision in the end. But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving.
Oh, we got an advanced iron knife. Here's a treasure chest. Mechanical life pod level 1. First loot, my first treasure. Starlight apple. I think there's one over here, actually. Yeah.
I feel myself getting stronger.
I can feel myself getting stronger. They're like the exact same thing we just killed, but like infinitely smaller. This guy's a loud snorer. What is that? Oh. Shadow Rise. Alright, another cutscene.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise. Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this.
And that rain really let up quickly. It's almost like a fungus on the top of a dinosaur.
Pretty wild, huh? They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together.
I really like this song. The music in this game is really good.
We call this planet Mira. You won't find it on any star chart. But it's our new home. Recognize the habitat unit? That's where we're headed. Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty. Given our options, the high road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking. That said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
Sprinting. We want to get there before sundown. Yeah. Alright, we'll go Elma's recommended path. Shadow Rise Base Camp.
Yeah.
Sir!
Prototype Scouter. enemies with a red eye, or indigents with a red eye over them, means that if they see you, they'll attack you. Ones without anything won't do anything to you unless, you know, you attack them first. And then there's also some with a red lightning bolt on top of those. Those are, if they hear you, they'll attack you.
Didn't have to be like this.
I guess this guy just saw us. It's level 2, we can probably take it.
Flame grenade! We've got the first strike! It's getting close!
My turn. Slice! Slinger!
That one was a for you, team! Don't let up! Are you kidding? Who built this Kalunga? Just shoot it!
I'll topple him.
Hang in there. We've got a way to go.
We got him. Let's move.
Okay, I'll pick our class a little. See if I can avoid you. Please don't notice me. Level 4. Are we level 2 right now? You guys level 21. Westgate Plain. Go around you if I can.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the West Gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside. Rexes. Riled. We can't leave them roaming here, not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
Right, 3 on 2, I guess.
Engaging! Lay down some fire for me!
Soul hammer! Look at this sitting duck.
Scream edge! Now, melee attacks! Sliding
I
splinter!
feel myself getting stronger.
Alright, level 3 now.
That could have dented us. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Roger.
Ah!
Sliding appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Chrome armor. Flame grenade!
Roger.
Sweet.
It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife. Luckily, some species aren't so hostile, but they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line. All right, let's head in. Who knows? Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
Let's hope so. Worn survival sleeve. Creeping Blata. This is the only game in this series that I've ever played. I haven't played the other ones. I do plan on playing those in the future. I actually have all of them. Just haven't gone around to playing them yet.
Thanks.
Oh, hello. You must be the new friend that Colonel Alma mentioned in her report. Having just woken up after all that time, I'm sure you're dying to get home and take a shower. Unfortunately, the west gate is closed at the moment. If you want to enter the city, you'll need to use the elevator at the top of the stairs. They'll probably open the gate soon, thanks to the great work you guys did killing the monsters that were causing all that trouble. But until then, you'll have to forgive the inconvenience. Please understand. I won't. I won't understand. So, when I last tried to stream this game, there was apparently a glitch where sometimes this elevator won't work. And in that scenario, you just have to die. That's a nice view. The music here is really good.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
God, I love this music.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
Right, that's the end of the prologue.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory? Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General? Since when?
For the rescue and recovery of
2 days ago,
all
ma'am.
our brothers and sisters. I stand here truly
From political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
for a better NLA and a better
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
Ask who these two people are. Trust me, we know who they are.
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr.
Absolutely
Evans.
not.
Or just Gwyn.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
Sounds like a plan. Chapter 1, New Los Angeles. Industrial District. Alright, and LA, basically our main hub of the game. We'll be here pretty often. Let's make a beeline of it. Good evening, Alta Nonim. Thanks for watching. A very cartoony car drive.
Damn it!
Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit.
Yeah, she was
Just
like,
check the ductwork,
what?
would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly.
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there?
Doug.
And would this be one of the you-know-who's? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
How old is Lynn?
She's 13, and I know, she looks young, and she is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah, why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Doug is one of my least favorite characters in the game. Alright, Lynn gets added to our team. 3 characters now. Alright.
Well,
Alright, taxi, I guess.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour then? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Sounds good, Altanonim.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet.
Only bargains on the planet.
To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thanks for flying,
We'll
Airlin.
save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Lindley Airlines.
Lindley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Alright. Sounds good to me. Alright. Bella. Blade Tower. Sure. Any interesting rumors?
Intel is sparse, but
Are you familiar with the continent comprised of nothing but wastelands far to the east of New LA? We're receiving reports of non-naturally occurring structures in that region. We need to find some answers about who built these structures and what became of them, and do it fast. I guess I'll have to post a mission for the Pathfinders division.
Listen.
hey, yes.
I can't open that. Armory Alley.
Am I right?
I like the day theme in NLA. I hate the night theme though. I think that one's a lot worse. But this one's pretty catchy. I like this one.
Sky's the limit with me.
Sky is the limit with me, Blade Barrett.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
Yeah, we'll show interest.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi.
Ms. Kuhn. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say?
Hey, Altononim,
Pep
thanks
is
for
my
coming
middle
back.
name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No, nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here,
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
I think a boiled potato might be better.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi.
Nagi.
You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? She seems capable.
Well, let's not jump to conclusions.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until she knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. She seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
She could barely remember her name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin?
How do we get here?
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless.
Naked?
The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
Yeah, more information on Blade.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this.
It's a bomb.
The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the lifehold. Are in the lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
And we'll lastly question.
Yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand.
Of course.
As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Take a guided tour of the Blade District, or Blade Administrative District, with Lynn and Elma. Eric's interior. I never noticed that Lynn's little what are they called? Hairpins? They're like the shape of the sword from the other Xenoblade game. Not that I played that, but all right.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really, really want her to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that
The same
scale.
face when she was driving the car.
Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
Yeah, let's geek out.
Now this girl gets it. Aren't they just the coolest? Just everything about them. The lasers, the force fields, the bipedal and vehicular transformations. You ever have that dream where you're inside one and it's just transforming over and over and over? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't normally show this to people, but I've been working on some Skell fanfiction. Hold on, I'll just pull it up here 1 sec.
Fanfiction.
Lynn.
Oh,
Good grief.
right. Sorry.
Originally, scales were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far, so fast, without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly
I could see
rigorous
that.
one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
I originally played this game back during the pandemic. That was my first playthrough of the game. I remember getting a Skell was really hard. It took a really long time to get one. Alright, so mission control. Blade Concourse.
So this is mission control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here.
Definitely a lot of
Businesses, citizens, whoever.
exposition and
Yeah, it's basically
seems-
how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout Console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout Console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
she did.
Hey,
Oh god, it's the dreaded nighttime theme. It is a cool set piece though, so it is nice to kind of just see this place. You know, even if it is a bit long in that introductory section, the first chapter. Where am I going? Oh, the Scout Console.
Ta-da! The Blade Scout Console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout Console. You know, to get tougher.
Makes sense.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one Blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other Blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell Blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right?
What?
So, you ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Alright, Armory Alley.
hey.
It's not supposed to be raining, you know. It's not supposed to be raining as a script right now, right? I've noticed it's been raining the entire time since we got to NLA. And I wasn't sure if that was designed to be that way, or if we just happen to get that weather throughout this opening part of the game. Oh, did I go the wrong way?
Hey!
Here we go.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
And we'll just cut right through here.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chosan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
Oh man, chapter 1 done. Easiest chapter. I don't know who the voice actress for Elma is, but I really like her voice. It's very nice. Level 4, not me.
Hey.
70% complete. I do like that when you jump, it's like you're on the moon, and it's like 20 feet in the air. Out my way. Wait, where am I going? Oh, I think I'll just go back in here.
Honey, we're home.
Like,
Yes.
hey, sweetie.
Very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Yeah.
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Yeah, let's shrug our shoulders and shake our head.
Ms. Koo, how much do you know about life pods?
Life pods? You mean like from the white whale?
Yes, those life pods. Like the one Elma, a blade, rescued our friend here from. Emphasis on the word rescue.
Guilt trip time.
Because if you aren't released, you just sit there frozen in stasis. Forever.
So did you have an engineering question about life pods? Or is this all part of the guilt trip?
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, what'll it be, friend?
I thought you said you weren't going to coerce me.
Now, you wouldn't want to refuse the people who saved your life, would you, friend? You said no, you wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
Sure. Hey, he looks pretty pissed every time I say no.
You said no, you wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
I'm going to assume every time I say no, he's just going to repeat that going forward, so I guess I have no choice to accept at this point.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization.
Not really my choice, but...
Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right! Welcome to the Cool Kids Club!
Cool Kids Club, population 3.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the east gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
Do the hell out of it. Alright, Alright, so I guess this is chapter 2 now. The New Frontier. I think this is all the online stuff if I remember. I know Nintendo announced that they were shutting down the servers for this game in April, along with every other Wii U and 3DS game. Which is unfortunate, but expected, right?
Man, am I glad we pulled an
Oh,
assignment to
okay.
the east of the city this time. It'd be a
Thank you.
long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Yeah, probably them.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Irina and Gwyn?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour pro baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Segment map on the gamepad. Can I accept missions at the control board yet, or do I have to finish chapter 2 first?
Hey!
Hey!
East Gate, Novice Traveler. That's cool. We don't need no armor. I've got this shirt. That should be more than sufficient.
Strength comes from experience. That's true on any
East
planet.
Gate plane. East Gate base camp.
What?
I see lunch.
What the hell happened Frontier. You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius? Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
Alright.
Whoa there, rookie. We're talking about a tyrant here. Do you even understand what that means?
We should probably explain. Tyrant is our term for any indigenous life form that falls outside of our usual threat ranking system. In other words, they're too powerful for us to even measure how dangerous they would be to take on.
And too powerful doesn't always just mean physically strong. If a creature has even a single especially nasty trait, it's classified as a tyrant.
Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Yes.
As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Yeah, I probably should change my gear up. That's all I've got. This one's better, so we'll change that. The little Dragon Ball Z Scouter is good. Yeah, that should be fine. Boost our defense. Yeah, that's better. Nothing there. Yeah, I guess that's better as well. I'll leave them in there. Right here. Got 20 battle points. Well, it's like an insect type, right? So I guess it's fire or thermal, so I guess we should probably upgrade that. And might as well upgrade this as well. You have 24, so I'll upgrade that. And I'll upgrade that. And that's thermal, so let's upgrade that for you. Okay. And I don't have any skills I can attach. Didn't learn anything yet. Okay. Alright, let's go die.
As long as they're coming to us. Chrome armor. Shadow strike. Fire blade grenade. Fire balance.
Bolt camps the pursuer.
Lost my balance. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Kill me!
I shall go first. Shadow strike.
Chrome armor.
Not balance. Got it.
To me. Flame grenade. Fire carnival. Assault hammer.
I don't think I can topple from this big, right?
Move in and do some damage. Shadow strike. Got it.
To me. Chrome armor. Flame grenade.
Got it. Not balance.
Level 5 and I'm level 4. I'm a little... Oh, he's almost dead.
Move in and do some damage.
We are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Lynn can handle
What?
it.
You want me to do it? Now, there's nothing to it, trust me. It's easy. And besides, this is supposed to be your training mission, remember?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
It's a little bloody for Earth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
I can't feel myself getting stronger. My cooking got better.
Hold up. I'm Lao, a Pathfinder. We're gonna grow Frontier Nav, we need to install more data probes. To plant one, simply approach a vacant Frontier Nav probe site and press the A button. This requires your mechanical field skill to be up to snuff, so don't forget to level it up. Alright, so don't fight anything too big without a skull. Level 5? Yeah, I'm level 5 and Lynn and Elma are level 6. So I guess head back to the barracks and tell them what a good job we did. I don't know if jumping actually makes you go faster, but it feels like it does.
Hey!
Great!
Commander Vandam.
Well, now look what the cat dragged in.
Mustache?
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Alright, first 2 chapters are done.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like 2 children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation,
No.
are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
I'll find it.
Whoa there, Itchy Trigger. I know you're just chafing at the bit to run out there and grab the world by its tail, but you need to choose a division first. Once that's all hashed out, we can get into detail about what your first assignment's gonna be.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important.
Yeah.
We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akeloff and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty: protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigene that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out, everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it.
Well, I remember I originally chose
It's not all
Pathfinders
picking
when I
berries,
first played
though.
this game, so I
Being
want
a
to do something
curator
else.
also means being the first
So
to
maybe
encounter
Curator.
unknown indigens.
Next? All right, Prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their
Frying
butts,
pan.
we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, outfitters. All of our ground gear and skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator.
Probably not.
But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigents, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
I was born ready to choose.
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
I do not want another explanation. That was too long. Division support effect. Drop sensor, melee master, ranged. CP support. Actions that boost division points. Wreckage, data probes. I guess we'll go with curators, but reclaimers seems good too. But we'll go for that we'll go with curators for now. At a wedding bell.
Then it's settled?
It's settled.
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Alright, chapter 3. Builders of a Legacy. You're officially a Blade now. Congrats. Becoming one of us grants you access to a variety of services, including the shop terminal, AM terminal, mission control, and more. Some services are still off limits at the moment, but I'll get back to you on those later. Yeah. Sounds good.
Thanks.
Eastern part, okay. Alright, time to play online. No, I'm kidding. I will start accepting some missions at the control board though. Well, he better be expecting big things.
Hey.
These are just the normal mission, or basic missions. I'll just accept what's available. And they're not a priority, but if I get them done, then great. Mark.
Hey. Now what?
Excuse me. Sorry to bother you. I know you're terribly busy, but is there any way you might help with a rather urgent request? I promise I won't take up much of your time. Heck, I don't have much of my own to spend taking up yours. Sorry, getting off track. Anyway, I know I should be running this request through official channels and all that, so I'm sorry. But there's just no time. I'm desperate at this point, and I'll literally take any help I can get. Not to say you're just anybody. You're great. Haha. Look, I know, I must sound completely bonkers, but just hear me out, okay? That's all I ask. Really? You're going to listen to me? Oh man, what are the odds the very first person I asked would help me out? Like 9 to 1? I'm shy, you see, and I'd about worked myself into a panic thinking I'd have to keep approaching strangers, what with the staring and the awkwardness and... Yes, so I need you to deliver some supplies to a blade team out in the field. I'm a mechanic, you see, specializing in scales. I tend to head up a lot of important projects. Sorry, did that sound braggy? Anyway, I just got a call from a team that's always been really nice to me. They asked me to bring them some supplies so they can do a field repair of their skulls. Apparently something called a whimsical duogwill attacked them after they left on a mission, and now they're stranded out there. I pride myself on customer service, but me wandering around outside the city is just, no, bad idea. Bad idea. Especially with the whimsical duogwill that broke their skull still kicking around. Much as I wanted to help, I'm just a mechanic, there was only so much I could do. But on the other hand, they thought of those poor skulls lying there all beat up just broke my heart. So I gathered some adventure stuff and left town, but then kind of panicked about what to do next. The only sane plan I could come up with was asking someone else for help, and then you came along. It's like magic, only not. Anyway, I know, I should post this to Mission Control. Good grief, that was an insane amount of text. Like, what was that? Sure, I'll accept the mission. No, chapter 3 is still our goal. But I don't have time for rules, man. I can't just stand around filing out paperwork and cutting red tape or whatever. Oh, and I'll pay you, of course, or actually the leader of the team you'd be rescuing will, I hope. At any rate, they're really in trouble, so if you could get those supplies to them, I'd really appreciate it. Oh my gosh. guess we'll follow the arrow and get on to the next part of the chapter.
That's,
Alright guys, I've been recording for a while, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for today. I do plan on coming back to this on, I believe, Sunday. I should have a schedule up so you guys can see what days I plan on playing what games. But yeah, I definitely want to play this one again. So thanks to everybody who came in and watched. Thanks for the chat, Elton Nonim, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.